The Sharp Tank, No Jumper, sharpest, coolest podcast in the world. And my man has actually been here before at No Jumper, maybe not in this building, but you've actually came to No Jumper before, man. We got my man Roy Woods in the building, man.
Sir,
How you feeling?
Sir. Good, man. It's a beautiful day, dog.
Is the last name Woods because you like to smoke a bunch of woods, or is that actually your last name? I mean, I just want to know.
That's what people usually think, you know.
Yeah.
But the name actually came from somebody who lived on my block, and we went to the same school. We lived in the same building. But we never were like friends. We were mutual friends. Because we had the same friend group and shit, you know what I'm saying? But he was like just a kid I used to just see around, you know? Play ball, like whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And then my previous name was actually Pression, short for depression, right? Because I was just on some different shit. I'm always on some different shit, you know what I'm saying?
So Woods was never your last name?
No, never. So it had no relation to me at all at that time. So one day I was dropping music in school, and then but mind you, I was a rapper before. Right, so when he came up to me in school after I'm dropping music, he's like, "Yo, like your music is like, it's not really matching because you're rapping right now. Not like how I'm singing now, like everybody knows." So I'm like, "Okay, what you want me to do? Should I change my name?" He's like, "Yeah, like." So I'm like, "Okay, what should I change it to?" And then right away like that, like he premeditated it or something. He's like Roy Woods. So then I was like, "Okay." We took a survey around school, went around, you know what I'm saying. A lot of people liked Pression, but more people were liking Roy Woods. And then this one little light-skinned thing, she liked it, and she was like a sweetie, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, "Oh, you like it?"
Yeah.
I say less. So that's
popular, man.
Locked
Chicks,
in,
huh?
you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know, I knew everybody.
Yeah,
I knew everybody, you know what I'm saying?
I like that. That's a diverse way to say it. I like that.
Yeah, dog. So, you know, it was from that, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to rock with that name. And I was still rapping, but I kind of weaned into trying to sing more.
Yeah.
So I would try to like sing my hooks and rap my verses, but then it just became like me started making this complete R&B song.
So you felt like it had more of an R&B feel to it. It was it was a lot softer when it was received. You know what I'm saying? When people would hear your name, it wouldn't come off as hard, and then they turned the music on and this over here singing his ass off. You know what I'm saying? Like Pression, like really with the this nigga's nose, this nigga's singing. He's you know.
Now. Yeah. So I mixed. It was good to mix the two, and I learned how to be able to. I turned into a hybrid just from that. Just from having my name, you know. Yeah. So it was cool. It was random, you know. Like usually you choose your name out of something, but somebody just gave me my name out of nowhere, you know. So it was mad different.
Where you from, Church?
I'm from Toronto, in a suburb called Brampton.
Yeah. So you got a little accent to you.
A little bit, you know what I'm saying?
It's a little different. I mean, I've heard them from all over different parts. You know what I'm saying? From the east to the west to down south. So here you got a little different lingo on you.
Man. A little bit, because you know, where I'm from, it's like very heavily Caribbean influence, you know? The patois, the Jamaican influence is huge on our culture back home. So, you know, you're gonna find like the Asian guy, the white guy, some Hispanic people, you're gonna find them speaking like, you know, talking that shit.
Now I see why Drake be trying to come with that shit. Now I see why he be trying to come with that shit. He be trying to sprinkle it in and little shit.
Everybody
he just kind of broke it
it
down. He was like, everybody kind of does that. So it makes sense when I be hearing it in his tracks. I be like, what's he on? Did he go to Caribbean for a little bit?
Toronto.
You know, he says
like
that
UK.
Carib feel.
UK's the same shit.
Feel.
Yeah, man. So it's different, you know?
What was it like for you, man, Toronto coming up, man? You had both your parents?
It was, pardon me?
You had both your parents? Like,
in a sense, yeah. Like my mom and dad, they were always married, but they were always separated. You know what I'm saying? So my dad used to be in and out. They would try to make it work, but it wouldn't, and they would go through their fair share of stuff. So
you understood as you got older, though. That's why you know how to explain it a little bit better.
Yeah, you know. Well, I mean, I kind of knew, but because I had to take care of, all the responsibilities kind of threw on me when I was like 8. I got my little sister, and I had to take care of my mom. You know, she had a condition called fibromyalgia, which is it's a chronic pain condition, right? To the point where I just learned, like, before my mom even had me, she had a cane. Sometimes she had to walk with a cane. I didn't know that until we just spoke recently. But after the fact, you know, like I was going to school, middle school, elementary school, more elementary school, middle school. She had a cane. And she would have to sometimes walk me to school. She couldn't walk me to school anymore because people were like, you know, talking about her and stuff just because of whatever. I don't even know why. So I made a friend. He's like my older bro. I'll call him like my older bro because he really like, you know, helped me down. I don't have no older bros. My older sister, she passed away from early birth. So I never had that. My mom always looked at me. Everybody kind of looked at me as the golden child. So when I had him, he was kind of showing me, and he was more in the streets and shit. So he was kind of, that's my dog. That's my brother. and he taught me a lot when I didn't know, you know, what life was at that time for me. So he was walking me to school. My mom would give him like $2, $3, $1, whatever, just to walk me and my sister to school because she couldn't do it.
That's love.
So yeah, super love, man. That's my dog for life, you know. So I was going through just a lot of that. No, nobody really knew what I was going through. Everybody's kind of just, I'm trying to fit in. I was an angry kid too. Like I didn't really understand my emotions and stuff. But I kind of had to just grow up really fast. Because like I had to be there for my sister, I gotta be there for my mom, I gotta make sure she gets her medication, I gotta make sure that the bills are paid, so I gotta go online, she's helping me, guiding me, helping her pay the bills, I gotta go get groceries.
What, you was in middle school doing all this?
Yeah, I was like middle school, yeah. Like
what you doing for the bread?
No, well, she was on ODSP with some disability.
All right, so she's getting disability check.
Exactly.
And she'll give it to you to make sure you take care of business, whether you got to go pay the bills because she can't move like that.
Exactly, right. So I'm making sure I'm going online. She's showing me how to pay the bills, what account to transfer this to and that. I'm doing it all, you know what I'm saying? And from when I was 8 and on, my dad told me, you know, you got to take care of your moms now because they just couldn't do it no more. So I became that in the house. I had to be way older than I was supposed to be at the time, you know, but... And growing up where I grew up, it was very weird because like I'm in a suburb that is like, I'm in a place where it's not a ghetto, but there's little pockets of them. You know what I'm saying? So you go to one block.
Might be nice over here. Go 2 blocks down.
It's nice on the street. But that one building or that other building, so where I grew up is all the buildings, they're all f***ed up, right? But although it's a family-oriented place, there's townhouses, normal houses, there's big houses, and everybody's there, but then you got them buildings, and everybody is different over there, and that's, I didn't really see it until I got older. I started getting in my car, started driving around, I'm going to different parts of the city, and I'm like, oh, wait, I didn't know there was a little ends over here. Wait, there's a little ends over here, so I'm going to check certain man and things. I'm like, I lie. There's a block here? I didn't know this whole time. So it's like, there's so many little pockets in Brampton of that, you know, where it's like, we're going through the same shit you were going through the hood in Toronto. But because Brampton's that place where it's like nobody sees us as like more as grungy or as hardcore as Toronto really is. It always gets overlooked, overshadowed.
Is living in Toronto, is it expensive? Like
now
is living expensive?
Now it's crazy, bro. Yeah. Now a lot of people are moving out because of how expensive it is, bro. Yeah. Like it's getting out of hand. Yeah. Like it's growing up it was all right.
They trying to push certain people out, man. That's what they try to do. They only want certain people living in them buildings and living around there. Not even just that, but like you said, it might be fucked up in some of them buildings, right? Yeah. They don't want to tear that shit down or put no money into them buildings until they move them out that they want out of there.
Yeah, gentrification, bro.
They're not putting no money into that shit until either move out or die off.
Yeah, so what's happening is they're sending all the people from the hoods in Toronto over to the place where I grew up in Brampton. So now the suburbs is getting more grungy. You know what I'm saying? Like as of right now, like for the last 7 to 10 years or so, that's what it's been.
So homeless looking like around there?
No, it's just more, just more like... Just more activity going on.
Like you've been out in LA streets, right? You've been downtown.
I've seen
places like that. They
you know what's going on over here.
They everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if like y'all touch that magnitude or not.
Not as of yet.
You know what I'm saying? If the homeless population is big over there or not?
No, it's more like, you know, just a lot of kids are selling drugs now. Right? In places that there was not that activity going on as prominent as you know, you would see it downtown Toronto. You know, now you got kids rolling with guns. When I was growing up, all that shit was like, stop. My generation, we just sold weed and shit. You know, we stayed out of trouble and then we got more creative. These kids now, they're doing what the generation before us was on. They just on, but way more hardcore. They're just like ready to just, you know, lose their life with sliding on niggas for no reason. They slide on niggas that we grew up with. Type shit, like that's what's going on, you know? So it's different in my city now, like where I'm from, my section of Toronto, my suburb, it's completely different from how I grew up. It was more peaceful, but there's still shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, no, you gotta stay away from there. You know, people never used to want to always from, at least in Brampton, come to where I'm from, because the police is always right there. But I live right across the street from the police station. That's where I grew up. So it was, regardless of it was a hot block, the police station is still right there. And there's another block in Brampton that's like that too. So it was always just so weird just growing up in that place and just being already a city that's misunderstood, and then being for me a person that's already feels like I don't fit in with people. It was already just so weird growing up. And for these kids, I feel like who's growing up right now in my city, I feel so sad because it's like now they're just thrown aware of their life, and there's my generation, we're building that foundation for where you can be a creative. You know, there's people from my neighborhood that are doing huge things, bro. That just from my neighborhood alone, not even just the city, right? So it breaks my heart, it breaks a lot of our hearts, because just like, yo, you really don't need to do these. We know, like, I know your bros, you know what I'm saying? Like, I went to school with your bros, we played ball, we did all that stuff. Like, we don't understand why, but these kids just don't care no more, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's where and that's not even just from my city, it's all over Toronto, Tier 2, New York, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's what's going on now.
They don't care no more. No. But I'd ask you, like, to reel it back in, for, you know what I'm saying, your upbringing, like, do you feel like you having to take control of certain shit might have up the family dynamic to where, you know, you don't just get to be a kid, you know what I'm saying? You can't just be a kid playing outside. You got to go grab some food from the grocery store so y'all can get something to cook. It ain't buying fast food every night. Mother got to stretch that out, especially if your mama living on a fixed income.
That question right there is it.
Yeah.
Like, that's what nobody, I feel like, really understood. I always felt like I was on the left side, because I couldn't be a hooligan. I couldn't do the dumb shit. You know, I didn't have a chance to. I already had so many responsibilities.
You're scared to because of what could possibly happen to your family.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I don't have that sense of not caring. I'm gonna be a kid right now. No, I kind of have to be the older brother, be a son, be a. I had to just be who I had to be. Like, in a sense, a father figure sometimes. Like, growing up, my life, it was just weird, bro.
What's your relationship like now with your siblings?
Amazing. Because we worked the ass off to just, you know, try to get ourselves and our family to a place where we're at now. Growing up, we didn't know, like, my mom was, when I was in high school, my mom was in school, from middle school to high school. She was just trying to go to school, just relearn, because she went to school, she graduated in Guyana, where they're from, where my parents are from. But obviously, you know, when you move to America, it's different. And Canada is the same shit. So, she was going through a lot, courting my dad, a whole bunch of fuckery, and she got schizophrenia, but nobody knew. So I'm like 14, 15. My mom has schizophrenia, and nobody knows. So we're going through all these things in the house, and we're trying to make sense of it, but nobody knows. But now the schizophrenia is at a place where it's affecting me and my sister, in a place where, like, we can't convince you of anything because you're in your own world now. And nobody knew this until, like, 2 years ago. Or 3 years ago about.
So y'all was living with that shit majority of your whole life.
Yeah.
And didn't even know, like, you dealing with a crazy person pretty much.
Exactly, yeah.
And she raising kids.
Yeah, and she
That's
didn't.
scary, bro.
It was. Nobody knew.
That's not cool.
No, nobody knew. But you want to know what?
Because something bad could have really happened, bro. Like, she just would have snapped one day. We see it all the time, man. People killing their kids and just going through certain modes.
She almost wanted to kill. It came to a point where she wanted to kill herself. Because she didn't have nobody but us, right? So she didn't know what it really takes. She would take her anger out on us a lot and try to, I don't know, get us to believe what was in her world, even though we couldn't see it, to the point where
you was just, bro, and I want you to continue to tell me.
Yeah, for sure.
But you was just too young to know that this shit was some bullshit.
Oh, of course.
So you're trying to, this my mom, I'm trying to accept it.
I'm just thinking, mom's a little crazy.
Yeah, my mom's a little crazy. Like, but I'm trying to make it make sense because this is my mom. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not just going to sit there and say she's crazy. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make it make sense
That's
for
exactly, that was my mission.
But to know that you was really living through some crazy shit is like, it's traumatizing, bro, for anybody.
It is, man.
You know what I'm saying? And not even getting the proper help for your mom. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
Like, no offense, but like that disability check, like my mom needed to get some real help. You know what I'm saying?
It came to that point though, bro. Like, real shit. It came to that point.
Yeah, that shit's cancerous.
Yeah, man. Real talk. Like, it came to that point where it was like she drove me and my sister out the crib. We couldn't deal with it no more. That's why I'm here, because I said, you know, like, I've always wanted to take care of my mom before it was football for me. My whole life, I wanted to be in the NFL.
Yeah.
18, around 17, I got some concussions and shit. And I said, I'm gonna just do music. I had a choice to either go in the streets still or just do music. And I chose to just do music. And I ended up running away when I was 18 because it was just too much. Me and my sister spoke about it. It was just too much for me.
How was she? She ran away with you?
She was only 16 at the time, right? Because she born in the end of the year, but you were only a year apart.
But she stayed home when you left.
She stayed home, and she took on the burden when I left, and that was a lot for her. And I was just at that point, I was just on drugs, bro. I was just wilding, doing drugs, just literally fucking up.
I
Doing
feel like
everything.
your sister probably resented you for a while.
For a long time, bro. Yeah,
for leaving her with that. Not to mention leaving just her by itself, right? Because y'all was close, but then leaving her with pretty much, let's just say, that burden.
Yeah, we fought about it. We really fought about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, we never even fought in our lives before. We don't fight like that. We get along because of the same traumas that we share.
Yeah.
So when she spoke to me like that, bro, it made me look at myself like, damn, I'm fucked up. Yeah. Like I'm being a piece of shit brother right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it led to her running away as well. Not running away, but just saying fuck it.
She couldn't take it.
She couldn't take it. No, she couldn't take it. And only a year, and this is COVID going on. A year into that, from her running away, because she ran away right when COVID started. My daughter is about to be born around this time. Oh, thank you. And she, we got a call from, I think we got a call. We went to go check on my mom or something. And she was in a place where we never seen, a state that we never seen her before. And this is where we knew, okay, now we need to take you to get help because something's wrong. Like she wasn't speaking English. It was like gibberish. She destroyed her whole house. Mind you, I tiled her floors with a boyfriend of hers in the past. He taught me how to tile floors. And so we tiled her living room. No, not living room, the walkway where you enter the crib. The hallway, the kitchen, the bathroom, everything. She destroyed it all, right? I don't know what she did, but what she used, but she destroyed it all. My mom, my baby mom was there. My manager was there. And I can't remember who else was there. I think that might have been it. Maybe my little sister was there. But anyways, so when we seen her in that state, we said, okay, now we know there's something wrong. We know there's a problem. So we took her to try to get help. But this is where everything got fucked up because it's like, you cannot force them. There's only 3 reasons that they'll allow you to bring somebody in and they'll keep them. There's a place called CAMH where it's for when people are mentally ill.
Yeah, got mental health issues.
Right, exactly. So it's either if they're harming themselves, they're a harm to other people, and there's another reason that I cannot remember exactly. But if there's not one of those 3 reasons, that they're not going to accept you. My mom, when we took our mom there, when we took my mom there, she walked through. She was there for hours. They interviewed her, they analyzed her, everything. She came right back out. We were devastated. Like, what are you talking about right now? We just went through that, and you're telling us that she's okay? So that drove us even more crazy. It drove us to the point where then my mom went missing, bro. And me and my sister are arguing, and we just seen her like 24 hours.
She's like, yeah, y'all ain't just gonna be committing me. Y'all ain't gonna be just putting me any motherfucker where I'm out this bitch.
She put herself there. She didn't even realize. So we called the police, and then they found her at the hospital. So we was just like, "Well, are you serious right now?"
So wait, so what? When the police found her, they're the ones that took her to the hospital.
No, she was already there, and they confirmed with us that that's where she's at, right?
Yeah.
So we was like, "Okay, that's cool. Thank you."
Yeah, for sure.
We was like, "Okay, that's cool." We stayed updated with the hospital. Mind you, my daughter's just about to be born, so I'm like, "Damn, like, how is this even gonna be when my mom comes out?" Man, it was the craziest thing. We had to pay a lot of money in damages, like a lot.
What, to the house? Because she didn't. Did she own it? I mean,
no, because she's on disability, right?
Yeah.
So the government's paying for it. The government's been paying for it since she got there to the building.
So she's been living in the same building for years.
Years, exactly. She moved within the building on the same contract, right?
Yeah.
When that happened, she had to pay damages. I found out she didn't pay a lot of rent. So there was so much payments, dog.
I mean, how could we expect somebody that obviously she's not all there, bro. You know what I'm saying? She's going through a mental breakdown or a mental crisis or whatever we want to call it.
Yeah.
How can we expect her to pay anything? I'm surprised she was even eating or buying food to even keep herself alive. Like, come on, man. When somebody got a problem like that, like, people need to really see that. Like, especially if her family, her kids are coming in trying to drop her off at a hospital.
Exactly. Like, it was so crazy. Like, how do you guys just let her go like that? But then I realized that there's so much more people that are actually like this. Like, when they step out, it's almost like there's this, not Jekyll Hyde or like this Two-Face, you know, where they can put on the act when they need to, but there's still all that, I don't know what to call it, still there.
Well, she knew enough to get the fuck up out of there because she knew that's not where she wanted to be. She do drugs, bro?
No. She was on never. My mom, she smoked weed, but that was for a condition. right? So I remember when I grew up, she had the weed card, before weed was even legalized in Canada, she had the card for it, but that was it. My mom is a Christian, God-fearing woman, came from a Jehovah's Witness family. She got 9 sisters. She's like me. She takes on people's stress. She takes care of so much, it destroys her, right? She's so nice. She gives out her heart to everybody. It destroys her, and mentally it destroyed her. She had nobody anymore. She felt like she was losing everything, especially and her kids too, which was the last thing she had, and she already lost her daughter too. So she just felt like she was just losing. Nothing's going away. Nothing is working out, and she lost it. And it's especially because when I was in high school, I started becoming like developing, trying to become a young man and trying to figure out myself now. That created so much friction, right? So that also, helped her get worse. I know I played a part in it too, Would I change anything? Don't know. I don't regret nothing that I went through because the way we're happy now, dog, bro, it's priceless, my nigga. Bring my daughter around, my sister comes around, even my dad comes around now. I can leave my dad and my mom together and they hang out. I'm just like, what the fuck? Never could this happen before, but
well, y'all were, I hate to say it, but for some people, man, they can't do relationships and raise kids.
Yeah.
They got to do one or the other.
Yeah.
I know it might sound weird. Some people, I just feel like some people can't really do it. Like they either could be in a relationship, they can't be in the relationship with the person and be raising their kids together. Some people, I think I don't know what it does to them if it's overwhelming. I know it might be a stupid, it's a stupid way of looking at things, but sometimes you got to look at it like that to really see the picture clearly.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like some people just can't do it.
Get your feelings out of it.
Yeah, he probably dealing with a lot with your mom. Like, they probably fighting, arguing, like you said, can't be around each other, and we trying to raise some kids. Fuck that. Man. These kids don't even need to see that.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm so happy. I'm thankful for every decision that I made with my sister, that I didn't, even the way that we were able to come together separately, I'm very thankful. I couldn't be mad at all because now I get to speak about this story in a way where it's it motivates people. It encourages people to speak more, to check on, to look for the other things more than when we would have in the past, because we didn't really, especially coming from a Caribbean influence, bro, and first immigrant parents from Canada, they have all the upbringing from back home. They none of the mental health shit and none of that shit matters to them when they get up here. You know what I'm saying? It literally didn't exist. When I told my mom I'm depressed at 13, she's like, what are you talking about? Depression? That doesn't exist. How can you be depressed? You're 13 years old. Come on, it's a real thing, right? Yeah. So it's like, that was just to even get to where I'm at now and to let people know and speak about it and shit like that, well, it means the world to me because it's something that I feel like is so ignored in our community, just based on the fact of how we grew up, how our parents grew up, So I don't regret nothing I went through. I'm very thankful that I went through it, how I went through it. I'm this kind of person that's left field, that's to myself, because that's the things that bring me happiness and joy are those things.
And I believe you too. Why I say that is because you're a different type of nigga. Like you said, my upbringing was different. I ain't had no regular black folk parents to where they kind of, it's a little bit different. And I understand that. I could tell by just in your swag and your demeanor. Yeah. I definitely want to dive over to, let's get into the music. How'd you get into music?
Yeah.
What made you even want to start, sharing, what you got going on through this music? When'd you start, man?
I was around... I've always been singing. I try to keep myself in singing groups.
Rapping too, right?
I taught myself how to rap. I was singing before that. How I taught myself how to rap, I don't know, I just try to mimic what I liked, whether it was an Eminem song or a Drake song.
That's how you caught your vocals.
Right, and I would try to do it in my own way. Yeah. And anytime I realized that I couldn't really mimic anybody, I can just do my best
How old were you?
impression of it. 15 at the time.
What was the first song you tried to mimic? Be honest, bro.
Bria's Interlude by Drake and Omarion. Yeah, that was the first song. It was oddly enough, it was an R&B song, but that was the song where I said, you know what, I'm gonna try and start working on my craft here with this song. And it's an interlude. Weird. I don't know. It was a weird choice, but that song is just.
That's where you felt like you found it at. I'm not mad at it, bro.
Dog. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, but yeah, that's the song. And after that, I was writing a more R&B because I was all in my feelings. I was, super lover boy. I wasn't, I wasn't on no other time. Just a happy kid. Just, just trying to. So I played football, so I was always doing that. So, but regardless of that, I was just a lover boy. So I was just putting my pen in that. But I never liked my vocals and how I sounded when I sang because I didn't understand pitch or nothing like that, So I wouldn't do it. I would stay away from it, and that's what made me get more into just rapping now, right? So I figured if I can maybe rap, I can just get away with not singing as much and maybe learn a little bit later down the lines on how to make even R&B songs fully. So I can, get the vocals out and give you riffs and runs. Because I wasn't really too heavy. I don't know why. I just studied more rap. I didn't really, even though I listened to more R&B. So when I was like 16, 17, my same older bro that I told you about who used to walk me to school, also taught me how to engineer, taught me about ad-libs, taught me all that shit, right? And then, because we were making music together, and then I formulated a whole group, and then I would go to the YMCA at this night called Teen Night. It was like Friday nights.
Yeah.
They used to have for kids and shit, right? So I used to go there. All the girls are there. All the men were there. Were playing ball, talking to girls, boo, boo, boo. At the end of the night, niggas is having freestyle battles outside, right? So we're all freestyling, we're battling, boo, boo, boo. People are coming now, the circle's getting bigger because everybody's finishing playing ball. Girls are around, and then you know what? I said, when it comes to my turn, when I run out of bars, I would just start singing on them, right? That
had to throw an ugly ass dynamic into
Niggas
things.
used to tell me, yo, stop singing, bro. Like, we can't sing like that. Like, you gotta stop, So it made me work on my bars more, but that's when people realized, like, oh shit, he could sing too, Yeah. And then that's when I really started to mold this hybrid type artist of just being able to sing and rap and give it to you in those whatever way possible. And Party Next Door, Drake, The Weeknd, those are huge influences because those are the guys I felt like that were doing it the best for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They all major artists, for sure. So I ain't mad at you for definitely like looking up to them dudes right there, man. You play any instruments or something?
I tried to play the drums. Didn't work out.
You seem like a musically inclined guy, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out, like, damn, did he, fuck with instruments at all?
I always tried to, but I never had the patience to really get it down. What I'm trying to do is learn piano, but you want
to be one of them lover boy niggas for real, huh? You gonna be able to sit there, bro, with a, you know what I'm saying?
Fuck
Sitting there, got the Black Panther, something laying on top of the motherfucker. Like, I can see you. I see what you're trying to do, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
See you.
Have it in the crib, grand piano, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see you. I see you.
Yeah, dog.
You don't want it just you don't want it in the house just for looks. You want to be able to, oh, baby, let me show you what I can do on it.
Dog, yeah, exactly. You want to say I want to be on that time. I will get myself there, but right now I'm just taking baby steps.
You know who was cold at that?
Who's that?
Jamie Foxx.
Oh yeah, facts. Big
Anybody I would have wanted to be if I said I was going to be a singing ass nigga and like play the piano at the same time.
He can just do it all.
Man, bro, he'll be talking in the middle of it and then just start singing.
Bro,
like
he's different. Respect his artistry all around when it comes to not just music, but when it comes down to his acting and comedy, bro. He knows how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Grew up off a lot of his shit too, so I love that.
So was it easy for you getting into music or no? Like, you know what I'm saying, was you having any struggles? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like actually trying to go and cut a track.
Yeah, like just trying to even get my songs out there and figuring out, because I was trash when I started, bro. Garbage, bro. But I didn't care. Like I go back on my Facebook messages now and I see who I was spamming to go check out my music and shit. Like I was
who were you spamming?
I was spamming my whole school. I was spamming everybody I knew.
You wasn't spamming any major artists?
No,
anybody like that?
Because my mindset was get the community, right? So I can get the numbers, right? And that's what I was just independent. I didn't want to depend on nobody. I wanted to make sure I can build this shit on my own, and that's what I was doing. I had my own collective at the time. It was called High Rollers Club. Now it's called UTU, Unlock the Underground. But I always wanted to do everything myself. If I was to go independent, I would have at the time. But But yeah, I was always just worried about how I can get my name into the people's mouths that are popping in the city, and overtake their crown, which eventually happened. But it took a long time. It took for me it did.
So it was hard to get, it was hard to get their attention then?
So much. And even when I tried to, like, there was no respect there, obviously, because I'm so brand new and shit, and I'm just, like, trying to ting, right? Niggas is already doing shit. So it wasn't until I left to Toronto where then niggas is like, oh, shit, what's going on over there? Like, he making different type of music now. And I was going to Toronto while I was in Brampton, because I moved to Scarborough with my dad when I ran away. So I'm dropping.
So you went with your daddy when you say you ran away.
Yeah,
really
my mom. I ran away and I went because my mom. She's like, you know what? If you're gonna, instead of being out on the streets, I'd rather you just be with your father.
Yeah.
But he was on the other side of the city.
Yeah.
Right? It was way more grungy, and I was like, no, fuck it, okay, I'm gonna try. Did it for like a month, 2 months or so, and then I said, fuck it, I'm staying downtown, and that's when I was just on my own. But I only stayed with him. I stayed with him when I was finishing high school for that time period, which was, I could have stayed down the street, but just to make my mom kind of chill, I said, you know what, I'm just gonna make you happy, even though I shouldn't be, and I'm gonna go stay with Dad.
Yeah.
Right. But I love that I did, because it made shit so much harder on me.
Yeah.
Living across the city, waking up.
Were
I had
you
to
at
wake
least?
up at 4.
I gotta ask you.
Yeah.
Did you at least run away for 72 hours?
No, I
Where
was
you
gone
weren't at your
for
mama's?
months.
You wasn't at your mama's because this shit starting to sound suspect, my nigga. And I'm drawing back in. I'm like, this shit kind of sound like some cap in this nigga's rap right now. I'm like, hold on, bro.
She knew whose house I was at.
On?
She knew whose house I was at, and she didn't want me there.
They ain't run away, my nigga. They ain't running away. Running away is don't nobody know where the fuck to find you.
Yeah, no.
Y'all might have a different terminology of running away in Toronto, because niggas down here, you run away, nigga, don't nobody, you don't want your family, nobody know. That's why it's called running the fuck away.
Yeah.
It means you run away from everybody. Mom and dad for starters. They're for fucking starters, right off the dribble.
No, you're not wrong, nigga.
I know. I'm like, come on, dog. Like,
but it was more. It was for more than 72 hours.
All right,
for sure.
I'm just making sure.
It was way more than a week, right? I was gone. I left for like.
But your parents knew where you was at, though, gang.
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
I left my dad's. I didn't just run away.
Your mama knew where you was at, because, like you said,
first,
she knew where you was at. She just didn't want you over there.
Yeah, she didn't want me over there.
But she knew where you was at.
Eventually, because she knew if I was to run away, there'd be one place I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I know that ain't running away. She knew where to find you.
Facts.
The jig's up.
Facts.
The jig's up. She found you.
She tried to get me back home, and I didn't go home.
That's just a nigga being rebellious at that point.
At that point, facts. You know what? That's a fact. I was being very rebellious. I was, and when I left my dad's, you could probably see. Yeah, I was being very, very rebellious too, because they knew where I was. They knew I was downtown. They knew they can find me, but I just wasn't going home.
Yeah.
Right. And I just at 18, I'd use that to my advantage, so I can just do my thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
what was the lessons? Another question for what was the lessons you learned from all that? Don't consider certain shit running away if it ain't. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
in my head, I was like, I'm running away.
I was like, nigga, let's teach them the real terminology.
Shit.
I mean, fuck it. We gonna be, that's a lesson for sure.
That is a nice lesson to learn at 27.
If you just went to your
got
friends.
these niggas cracking. All these niggas just
If you just went to your friend's house, like, Mikey, can I ask you? Like, you seem like a kid that got rebellious. Said, fuck you guys, I'm running away. Right? You did it for one day?
One day.
Your mom found you? Y'all niggas ain't no good. For real, bro. Y'all ain't good as shit. That's how you know y'all ain't know no damn body. You ended up at your daddy house a week later. Straight up. He ain't even know.
It's crazy. I be roasting this nigga. Now I'm getting roasted like a motherfucker. He's loving it.
What was the lesson that you learned for real from all of it overall?
Overall. Man. Oh, yeah.
Stressing me out today. Yeah, for real, church. You stressing me out, man. You stressing me out. Fuck, man.
Oh, shit. Damn. I don't even know anymore, nigga.
What's a lesson you learned from, overall from, just leaving the house for a little bit? Because, all in all, bro, you shouldn't have left because, nigga, your mama really needed you at that time.
No, she did. But the ways that she was being, even my sister knew, like, we both knew, like, this was not normal. Mm-hmm. The way she was treating us wasn't right at all. Like, it was just straight, disrespectful. Like, it was some nasty shit sometimes. Yeah. So I said, I need to take myself away from this because I know my potential and she's limiting me right now. And I said, I know the risks, but I know what I can do, which I did do. That's why I don't regret anything I do, any choices I made. If I could do certain things different, I would, which was not be as selfish.
Yeah.
I was a little too selfish when I was a kid because I was in that phase of just
How?
not
Nigga,
knowing
you said you was
who
there
I
for
was.
your mama. You
But I
was
wanted.
paying the
But when I was a
bills.
teenager, I
Selfish.
was going through that shit where I was like, I was making choices that I knew was
Yeah.
gonna affect her,
Yeah.
but I did it anyways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's where I said I did help when it came down to her schizophrenia.
Yeah.
Because I was in that mode. I was just trying to do me at that time.
Right.
Right. So yeah, it wasn't until like now, like, or like after we went through all that shit where I was like, okay, you know what, like I can really do what I was meant to do for you.
Yeah.
You know, because we know now what the actual problem is, right?
Yeah.
So, and I've done it now. You know, I'm not even done yet, but I've done what I know. You know, my mom's with me now. You know, like my mom's with me. I take care of her.
Even
again,
though
like,
she
everything.
been getting a disability check, she probably she's still getting it.
No, yeah. But she's
And then you seem like you came into a little bit of money, you know, OVO chains and shit.
and I help her out. Yeah. I
I
help
just
her out.
want to know, you shot her a couple dollars.
Oh, no. I take care of her.
Since the big break.
What, nigga? What? Nigga, my grandma, she died last year.
Sorry to hear that.
Right, it's okay. It's love for real.
No, I miss my grandma. I was like my mom.
Yeah,
So I know how that
likewise.
feels.
So, but we built a house back home for her. Because where she was living, it was just a gutter. Literally, it was just the trenches. It was just mad. It was nasty, and I was able to, with this job, I was able to help her die in a place where she was in comfort, right, in a happy state, in a happy place with family, where she didn't have to feel any pain from the outside, right? And that made us all more comfortable, right? Where I can say, you know, my grandma died in peace. She didn't die in agony. She didn't die in...
She had to die in the comfortability of her own home, her own bed.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Right,
nice.
right.
And that's how she grew up. That's how they all grew up. So I was able to give that back to her. You know what I'm saying? And that makes me, till this day, I'm still trying to always just take care of, you know, make sure she's self-sustainable by just helping her out as much as I can, helping out the family as much as I can, doing whatever I got to do. And I be sending money all the time, just trying to build certain things down there. So, you know what I'm saying? Because it's hard in Guyana, it's hard back home.
Yeah,
and
no,
she
for
feels
sure, man.
guilty a lot,
Sure.
you know, because she left and she in Canada, you know how it is back over in, you know.
No, I don't know how it is in Canada. At first I thought I did. Y'all talked about that running away shit. I was like, oh, y'all niggas got different terminologies and shit over there, bro. I can't say I know what anything's like over there.
I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna teach you, nigga. I'm gonna teach you.
I'm relying on you
I'm gonna teach
to
you,
kind of give me some insight here so I can actually put together, you know, what this shit really is, you know?
Nah, I got you. So back, you know, in Toronto, a lot of our families, you know, they're from third world countries, and not a lot of them could come up here as well. So it's always there's like, you know, a dependency, not even in a sense, but it becomes
man. Your family
in a
is one
sense
of the
that's how we
chosen
get looked
people.
at, right?
Yeah.
So you know, we do what we can to take care and help them out back home. And you know what I've been doing, I've been trying to just, you know, build businesses, just try to I have a different end goal, you know, but as for the meantime, I'm just trying to make sure that I can help everybody self-sustain themselves, because getting
You
work
ain't
is
spending
hard.
your money on bottles and clothes all the motherfucking time. Like, you actually take big chunks of your
Nah,
money.
I take a lot.
You
and
know
I
what I'm
always
saying?
help out.
And go try to help some people like that. Yo people.
Always.
It ain't even got to just be
Always.
random people, just yo people. Man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
always,
saying? Because like
always.
you said, you got family that's back there that can actually use a few bucks.
Yeah, man, I'm always. I'm taking money, always trying to send down.
I got to
Always,
ask
man.
you, Roy.
Yeah, what's up,
Other
brother?
than your partner, you know what I'm saying? Because you talking about your partner that you grew up like, hey, man, I really you kind of looked up to the nigga.
Yeah.
You kind of fucked with him.
Yeah.
You have any other kind of mentors in your life?
Yeah, they're right here.
They're really like shifted and shaped like
These two
where
brothers
you...
right here. Yeah, man. These I ran into these
I'm
guys,
happy
man.
for you because he needs some people with him. He do. He need that shit for sure. Like, he needs some real people like, hey, bro, look, this how we put our sauce on our chicken, my nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
how we
that's
do it on our
exactly
fried
that's
chicken.
exactly what happened.
We
That's
teach
exactly
you some
what
real
happened.
game, my nigga.
That's
you
what
know
happened.
what I'm saying?
But they let me be. They also let me blossom and be myself as well within that, which I'm so thankful for. You know, they didn't just try to turn me into a whole completely different person.
Yeah.
You know, they helped mold what was already there.
Yeah.
And that's why I couldn't be more thankful. You know what I
I
mean?
gotta ask you, like, for a person, like, real question, back to some real shit. Like, how have you, Roy Woods, how have you stayed focused? Like, what's been a couple things that you've done to stay focused, you know what I'm saying, through your journey so far?
I mean, I always put people in front of me. So it's always just been, you know, trying to help my family, as we've been talking about. My mom, you know, since
That was a roller coaster, man.
Yeah, man.
That was a fucking roller coaster. Just the conversation about that was a roller coaster. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what I say.
We're just now getting off that motherfucker. I'm like, whoa, you want to ride it again? Hell no, I don't.
That's why I say shit's a roller coaster, man. It's more than a movie to me, man. But yeah, it's just, just trying to make sure I can get them out of where they're at and get them in better positions.
But what about you?
See, that's
like,
that's
what
the
are you
last
trying
one.
to do, like, for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've heard you speak for your family, for your friends and colleagues or whatnot.
Yeah.
But, like, what's Roy Woods, like, how are you staying focused for you? Like, I'm saying, how's your mental? Because we've talked about other people's, but we haven't talked about yours. Where's your mental at these days, my brother?
Oh, man. See, that's the place I try to stay away from. And as of lately, I've been trying to just figure out even what I want for myself. Who do I want to be right now? Because I've been focused, as you said, on everybody else and trying to take care of everybody else. And I haven't been taking care of myself the way I thought I was. Yeah. And I'm always thinking, like, I'm getting, which I am getting closer, but I'm always just finding myself, I got to take 10 steps back again. So I've been in that place just, like, confusion again, a little lost again. Like, I'm there right now. Even though I know I'm on track, there's so much about myself right now. I'm just like, I'm just so confused about it. And I'm just trying to, like I just said to him, I was on Thursday yesterday, I said, I need to go to therapy and I need to take it serious because I got a lot that I'm holding in. I got a lot that I'm just trying to push through. I'm just trying to toughen through it. And it's like, I haven't really created an outlet for me besides music. Yeah. And then when sometimes music now can't be the outlet as much, where else am I supposed to go? So
to your businesses, nigga, the ones you said you about to start or you've been trying to work on and been focused on.
Yeah, I know.
That's what you're gonna go to because that's gonna be what you can stand on after music is gone, after anything is gone. You're gonna take your money and put these businesses together. Nigga, you ain't just doing it for the people over there in Ghana, man, for your people back home. You gotta do it for you too, my nigga. You gotta start living for you too.
I know.
When's the first, man, tell me, bro, you remember the first bag you made off this music shit?
Yeah, I do.
Talk to me.
Yeah.
Give me some game on it.
I gave a lot to my mom. Yeah. I told her about it and I gave her a lot. And then I smoked the rest. I smoked the rest
means like
I smoked all the weed, nigga. It was
okay,
weed,
I'm just
not like
sure,
that, nigga. Not like that, nigga. No.
Damn, Bobby. Like shit. I'm like, what the fuck going on, Donnie? Yeah. His relatives, man, of Bobby Brown, some way, somehow. Like, said I smoked it up. I'm like, on the next episode. That's where it just stops at. The next episode.
No. We smoking weed.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh man, this is hilarious.
So you know what I'm saying? You didn't manage that money well
Not
at all.
I was terrible at it. I was 19. Yeah. I didn't know what the fuck, and I was going.
I ain't mad at you, bro, for that.
Yeah,
like you a kid, we all fuck it off. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you learned your lesson from that, not to just sit there and constantly keep blowing it, because you don't never know when this shit gonna end.
Yeah, no, it took
you don't
me a
never
while
know if that OVO chain gonna come off tomorrow or not, and not even because somebody else tell you.
Yeah,
nigga, you might wake up tomorrow and just be like, I don't want to do this shit no more.
And that
it happens.
I went through that. These niggas. I said I'm gonna quit.
Yeah.
I said I'm done. I told the label. I said I want to quit. Like, it went there.
Why? Why did you want to quit?
This is after the Drake tour, Three Amigos tour. Like, right after it, I stayed in Atlanta because that was the last date for a little bit, for like a couple weeks. Went to Miami for a couple weeks. Went to Jamaica. Came back. Found out my homie died. Then we tried to figure that out. My management situation at the time, I always had two managers, but at that time, I wasn't happy with the situation. I had replaced one because that one was just, them bad eggs around. It was just bringing me out. It was just bringing not just me, but the team down. Mm-hmm. And, it wasn't like I was just trying to do nobody dirty. Like, I tried to show him as a brother, but they just...
What Drake have to say about it?
I never really brought none of my shit to the man down. I don't really do that, I do my shit and... You know what I mean? Like, I don't really...
I'm just saying, I just want to know what he had to say about, like, you leaving, because I would hope Drake care about his artists. I don't give a fuck how big or how small.
It didn't even get there.
I don't care how big or how small. You know what I'm saying? You should care.
Yeah.
Nigga on your label, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's your brand at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So
when I brought it to them, they said to think about it. They said think about it, because I didn't even get to him yet, Mm-hmm. So when I did bring it up, they said, okay, if this is how you feel, think about it.
Yeah.
You know, see if it's really what you want to do, and that's what I did. I thought about it, and then my brother Banks here to the left. He's the one who came. He wasn't management at the time. He was just, he's always a friend. And I've known him since since I've been moved to downtown.
Yeah.
So he was always around. And then he's the one, I started making music, everything. He said, yo, you got to get back in the studio. I was doing dumb shit. He said, you got to get focused again. You got to get back in the studio. You got to start making music. And we had a very long, real talk. And from then on, I started seeing a shift in me. Fire ignited in me, because it's like I needed that coach to just believe in me and what I do and what I bring to the table.
You're still young, man.
Yeah.
You know, you need. Not everybody got that in them to, like. Some people need a kickstart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, and maybe a helping hand from somebody. You know what I'm saying, like just the words of encouragement. Some people need that, man. Need that. It just helps.
It did.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're still young, bro. You know what I'm saying? You young, homie, so I can see why you would need that. You know what I'm saying? Especially being up over here fucking around in the States. It's different than Toronto, my nigga.
Trust me, dog.
It's completely different around here.
I know. I've been coming to LA for a long time. Yeah. So I've been definitely tapped in, you know?
Yeah. Like what else do you, like, can you see yourself doing, like, in life other than music? You know what I'm saying? We've talked about OVO, we talked about you, you know, fucking with the label and shit like that. Just life in general, like, what about you, bro? Like, you've helped a lot of people. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I think we were supposed to have this conversation because I'm supposed to tap into, like, hey, man, what makes Roy tick? Like, what make you go, bro, for you? Like, you got to start stacking it up, my nigga. Go see some things for you, not just always helping everybody else. That's where you're going to really burn yourself out at, my nigga. I'm going to tell you the truth. And that's probably what you was burnt out because, you know, you doing music and shit like that. You say you giving a lot of your money away or, like, to your family and doing this and doing that. You didn't even get to really enjoy it, so why the fuck would you want to do music? Yeah. You're going to be like, nigga, I'm just doing it to cater to everybody else. It's not even that I'm making money off of something that I enjoy and I actually get to go and indulge in it. I'm giving it to other people.
Shit's real.
Come on, my nigga, it's almost in a sense of like hoeing yourself out. Don't ever do yourself like that and play yourself. Keep your money, man. Do what you got to do for you. You're still young, man. You know, go get you some businesses. Go get you some things that you can actually live off of to where one of your businesses, small businesses or whatever, you know, you dedicate the majority of those earnings to helping some of your family or, you know, sending money back home.
Which I've been doing. I've been in my business shit, you know? Like, I've been investing. I've been trying to, you know, make sure I can make some money outside of this shit all the time. Still to this day, you know? But I've always just, I've never put myself first. Yeah. Never.
Comes my next question.
Yeah.
What do you do other than music and help your family? Like, what do you do when you're not doing none of that? What does Roy do?
I've been coaching a little bit for football. I used to, obviously, because of my dreams, I used to obviously want to play. So I coach a little bit when I can. I like to learn a lot about the spirit, different things. Different thing my mom instilled in me. Not just based on the law of attraction, but I like to learn about different cultures, history. For some reason, it just drags me. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it calls me. But those are just things I like to learn about. And I like to learn about just anything, really. But I'm even in a sense where I'm just like, fuck, besides music, this is all I know. What else do I want to do? I mean, I've always been involved in business, always trying to, you know, see where else I can make money. But a lot of these things, they're just more natural to me. I haven't found anything else. Like, there was like gardening at one time. There was like, I wanted to be a whole farmer. This nigga laugh and watch.
You want to be a farmer?
I wanted to be a farmer.
It's okay, man. Listen, y'all don't laugh at him because I'm trying to tap into where he at with it. Like, maybe we can find something, you know, else that suits him for him. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like you know, you strayed away from that in your life a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm older, church. So you know what I'm saying? So when I sit down with somebody, I know how to read between the lines of bullshit, my nigga.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to get right.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to get right. Bro.
Nah, but for real, like, I was gardening at one point. Go be a fucking
farmer, nigga.
I mean, I still want to, you know? It's always just
what you trying to farm? What you trying to...
I was gardening. I was squash. I was just trying to do tomatoes, but I did it the wrong time of the season, so it didn't work out. But
why didn't somebody tell you that was?
I knew it, but I still tried to do it. I was just being stubborn, you know, and I just tried to think. But
Follow
this
your
is
dreams.
recent.
Don't go wasting your damn money. Like, come on,
No, I just had him. I just had him. So I was just like, fuck it. But when I had my garden, I was growing everything, bro. I was growing little microgreens, green onions, I was regrowing shit, learning about what I can regrow.
Yeah.
Damn, there was so many things. There was not cabbage. Fuck, man. I said squash. Oh, basil.
Let me help you out, son.
What up?
Let me
What up?
let me help you out here. Okay? If you was to get a lot of that shit going, that's how you gonna move the bitches. You know that, right? It's because like you get, hey, I took all this from my garden today, chopped it up.
I know. I was running it.
You know how to cook.
I was doing that. Yes, man. I was taking that and cooking, nigga. Trust me, I was running it crazy.
Hopefully
bro.
you ain't talking to the bitch like that when you sit there with her like, yeah,
No.
I'm cooking. You can't lose your cool. You gotta keep that same feng shui. Cause you showing bitches right now like, oh, this nigga might be borderline crazy. Like you start asking him a couple questions, you be like, yeah, nigga.
These guys are killing me right now.
I'm just looking at it for face value. You know? Oh, man.
No, man, I know how to cook, man.
You got any favorite content creators, bro?
Man.
Like you like watching content? Like do you watch like podcasts, shit like that? Notice a lot of you niggas that do, you know what I'm saying, music, all that. Y'all watch all this shit.
No, I be watching Joe a lot, the Joe Rogan podcast.
You like JRE, huh? Yeah. Shout out to Joe, bro.
Big shout out to Joe, man.
Good shows.
I love watching and learning from, the things that they be talking about.
They like to get, they get on there, they like to talk about aliens and, you know what I'm saying, shit like that.
All
like,
that
they start
shit.
to like just break down shit. Like I like how he done sat there with Elon Musk, he done smoked with him. Like, you know what I'm saying? They get into this fucking rant about just everything but nothing at the same time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I like it though.
I love that shit. But there's so many things because like, I don't know about history that I love learning about that they be talking about. So I'd be like going there and I'd be like doing my own, doing my own research and shit of what they're talking about. It's like, once I get deeper into it and then he talks to somebody else and they be talking about some of the shit that I've learned, I'm like, oh shit, like this
blows
is really
your mind, doesn't it?
super. It's crazy.
You got any favorite producers? Anybody you want to work with?
Timbaland, man. I've been saying I want to work with Timbaland right now, man.
Yeah.
And I met him years ago. Yeah, I'd love to work with Timbaland. That's one.
I haven't heard his name in a while. I mean, I love Timbaland. Like, I ain't no disrespect to Timbaland, but that was unusual. Timbaland, I mean, it's cool. And I'm not saying like Timbaland ain't,
Yeah.
He's that nigga. And he was definitely that nigga in his time, you know?
For sure.
Anybody that's up to date.
Yeah, up to date.
Yeah, anybody up to date, like right now that you know is popping, you would love to work with.
Dang. So many new producers. I don't really be paying attention. Reason why? Because I have my own collective of producers that I be working with. You know, so like besides all the big dogs, like I just be working on with my guys.
Nigga, I'm gonna tell you this. I would say between me and you, but I guess this is gonna be on air. So you know what I'm saying? But my nigga, if I was you, nigga, I'd be trying to get a song with the big dog. Fuck that, you too close. You too damn close, nigga. They couldn't let even me put a pinky toe into that motherfucking brand, nigga. And me and that nigga ain't put something together. I don't give a fuck. Baby, it's just me. Hell, maybe I'm crazy. What do I know? I'm just podcasting, right?
No, you talking that shit, boy.
You know, like shit, I'd have been like, nigga, where's Drake, man? And if even I'm gonna do something where that nigga gonna hear me, man, ringing bell. My name gonna be ringing bells through the whole camp. To where he ain't gonna have no choice but to come holler at me, nigga.
Yeah.
And ask me what I wanna do. That's when you know you moving up, bro. You gotta really, if you gonna do this shit, my nigga, do this shit for real, bro. Like you got too many opportunities, nigga. You too fucking close to it to not really just be pushing full throttle. Right now, you shouldn't be thinking about nothing else. What you should be thinking about is your fucking music, where you need to push it at, and how can you expand and get bigger. Because like you said, you are a brand. Roy Woods is a fucking brand.
Facts.
But you gotta use some of the things that you have going on around you as catapults.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That way it can catapult you into the direction you truly want to go, my nigga.
Facts.
For real. Take advantage of that shit, homie. Like I said, that shit could stop tomorrow, and then what? You want to be another nigga like a lot of the niggas that we know that stand there and tell you where they could have been, what they would have been?
Yeah. Never that.
I don't want woulda or coulda in my first, middle, or last motherfucking name, nigga. Ever when they bring me up as a topic. So I don't ever want to see that ever be for you. Like I said, you got you you got a gift right now, man. You gifted right now in the sense that where a lot of niggas would probably kill to be, they would kill to be in your position. Bring more of a fire to it, nigga. Wake up tomorrow different. Wake up feeling about it different, like, damn, I really am signed over here to OVO, nigga. I could really take this shit and take a storm right now. I'd be in the fucking studio. I wouldn't even have time for interviews right now because there ain't nothing to talk about. It's time to show. Ain't nothing to talk about right now. Nothing, bro. Other than me having my ass in that studio, me trying to bring out some type of t-shirts, whatever I want to do that represents my brand, my music, what I got going on, so the fans can touch something other than just a fucking downloadable stream. This shit together, man, you got it, bro. Yeah, but I'm just saying you got it. But he don't seem happy. He don't seem like he where he want to be. Like he don't seem happy about it. That's what I'm saying. Like he doesn't see. He's like, man, I really wanted to quit. I really wanted to do this. It seems like he's not wanting to do it. He's being pushed to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to see my man happy. He know he feel where I'm coming from. I mean, I want to see you happy in this shit. Come on, my nigga. I'm a real one.
No, this is a therapy session for me right now.
I know when a young nigga tells like he really want to say it, but it's just hard for him to say it because he feel like he letting a lot of people down, and that's him doing it once again, looking out for everybody else and not himself.
Yeah.
That fucks your mental up all within itself, homie. Straight up. Yeah, we might get a tour out of him now, but what we gonna get out of him next year? He's gonna hate this shit. We need to find him a happy medium in this, man. Whatever that may be. Whatever, letting the nigga go fucking run off, go fucking hiking in the mountains for a week. Let him go do something that heals him, betters him. Maybe that needs to get put on paper a little bit, not just his next fucking tour date. Put something that actually involves him. And not just him making the bread to pay everybody out and everybody doing what they need to do. Let's get him healthy mentally. Then maybe we can worry about some fucking music for him because we only want him putting out the real shit, the great shit. Hell, he is from OVO, right? I am sitting with a nigga that's from there. He knows. He knows what I'm saying is true.
It's crazy. It's been a therapy session that I didn't know I needed today.
Hey, man.
You just speak.
Sometimes, hey, man, the truth, hey, my nigga, I'm just a messenger. They might not like how I come out this raspy-ass voice or a light-skinned nigga, but sometimes if you explain it to me right, I'm going to tell it to you straight.
Nigga, I need that blunt, nigga.
Go ahead, man.
Let me get the light real quick.
Got you.
Nah, because it's real, man. You're speaking the shit that I literally just keep to myself. You know?
Yeah.
That's just, hearing it out loud right now, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Is there anything before we get out of here? I feel like we've hit the top of it, and I like that. That's why I like the snippet, because, you know, it gives them, they want more. Anything you want to tell your fans, tell the viewers?
Shit.
Tell yourself, because you probably go, this is going to be forever, and you get to come back and watch it 10 years later.
It's good to
so
be
make
back,
sure you stand on it.
It's good to be back.
Yeah.
It's good to be back. That's a fact.
You sound revived now.
Bro.
Did I have to say it for you to make you feel better about it? I said it all for you.
Real talk, man. And I needed this real talk.
Hey,
this is
love, man.
real shit.
Roy Woods, whenever you want to come back and see me, church, take my line down. Nigga,
No,
you
yeah,
gotta
no,
feel
for
a
sure.
certain
No,
way. Call me, nigga.
Real talk.
I got you. We'll get you back on track, just mentally, homie. I could just be one of your mental coaches, man. That's all I can do. I ain't got nothing else for you but some time and maybe some good words, my nigga, and experience.
Real talk.
And the truth needs no support.
Real talk.
The Sharp Tank, no jumper. Sharpest, coolest podcast in the world. And me and my man Roy Woods just did it for real and not for play. Hey,
No
Donnie,
cap.
shoot us out the motherfucking gym.